I am back with another YouTube video. I decided today to go with something a little bit different than what I said originally. I thought I'd just go in with an acne Q&A and just get people on Instagram to ask me loads of questions, and then I could just answer them honestly and let you guys know sort of what I went through and side effects I had and bits and bobs, and I just thought it would be helpful just to be blunt and just sort of put it out there. So I will get right in with the video and I will answer all your questions. Now the first thing I'm going to cover is probably the biggest question out of all of them. It was what happened when I was on Roaccutane, how long did I purge for, how long did it take for the Roaccutane to kick in. So I went on Roaccutane a long time ago, I think. I reckon it was about 7 or 8 years ago. And my journey with Roaccutane or isotretinoin wasn't very pleasant. I asked to go on it and I was ready for the side effects and I knew what they were. But they hit me a lot harder than I thought that they would. Obviously you get the dry lips, which I started to get. I think I was on 60 milligrams was my dose. Because I had quite severe acne, and he did say to me it's probably going to come back, which it did, but that's for another question. And it did come back, but at the time I was ready. I was saying, yeah, let's go for it. It doesn't matter about side effects, just chuck it at me. So my first one was the dry lips, and then came the joint pain, and I reckon 3 or 4 months in I started to get really down, which was a really common side effect is depression. But I thought to myself, I can deal with that, but it came alongside really bad stomach issues. Now I'm just gonna put it out there, I don't care if people think it's gross, but it's completely honest. I would have diarrhea probably once a day, and I was in agony in my stomach. It was painful, it wasn't pleasant, and I started to feel really nauseous all the time. It was like constant nausea, and I was just trying to work out what it was, but I just battled through all the sadness and the blood tests that you have to have, and the just bad stomachs, and I got to the end of it and I came off and my skin was flawless. It was just as beautiful as a baby's bum. It was just, there was nothing on it, and I was absolutely chuffed. But it came with side effects. I purged for about 2.5 months. My skin got worse and worse for I reckon 10 weeks until it started to clear up. But come the end of it, you don't care, and it was worth it all. But some people get side effects, other people don't, and mine were quite bad. And to this day I still suffer with the side effects, and they actually have caused me intolerances. After I got off of Roaccutane, I went and had a intolerance test, and I suddenly got all these intolerances to yeast, to wheat, to pineapple, to really weird random things that I've never eaten. And I went back to the dermatologist and he said, we did warn you that this drug was really strong, and unfortunately it's obviously just affected you internally, and it's just a risk that the patients take when they take the drug. So I'm really conscious about people that go on it now, because I'm 26 years old and I still suffer from those side effects. So I just want people to be aware that it's not a drug you should go on just click of a finger. You really need to do your research and think about it and how well your body will handle it. But if I had the choice, I don't think I'd go on it again. The next question I had was asking me how you know if a product is working for your skin. So I think somebody said, how do you know if a product's working? You take the risk when you first try a product, because you just never know whether it's going to work with your skin. You just have to go for it. You go on reviews. I just did so many reviews and just hoped for the best when you're actually putting it on your skin, because as we know with acne prone skin, it's so sensitive. But with my skin, I will usually know quite quickly whether a product's working. I find that my skin is super duper sensitive, and it'll just be like, no thanks, I'm all good, and it'll just go spot. And I had that quite a lot, and it happens quite quickly. So I think it does depend on your skin, it depends what it's like, just how bad your acne is. I think it depends whether it's cystic acne, whether it's not. But yeah, I think that we all, to some degree, have the same type of skin, and straight away it will tell us whether it's unhappy or not. But unfortunately, until we try the products, we're not going to know. So we just have to give it a go and hope for the best. I got asked about my skincare routine. I am terrible now when it comes to skincare routine. Not because I don't do it, because I do every single day. I'm religious when I take off my makeup and cleanse my face, but it is so simple. I think my skin has had 12 years of constant things being thrown on it, and let's try Proactive, let's try Acne.org, let's try this, let's try this. That now it works better when I'm just one or two things and that is it. So my skincare routine in the morning is wash my face with one of these bad boys, which I haven't opened this one. One of these little sponges, so you just dampen them in the water. I don't put anything on it, I literally just rub it around my face with warm water, and it makes my skin feel lovely. I'll then get out and I will literally just moisturise, put moisturiser on, let it sink in, put some acne scarring cream on my cheeks where my scarring is most prominent, and that is it. I will let it sink in and then I will do my makeup. And in the evening I will just use the Lush 9 till 5 cleanser. So I'll take off first of all my eye makeup with just a baby wipe, but I just put it in between my lashes and just move it like this because I feel like I don't want to pull my lashes out. And I use 9 till 5 cleanser, done. Put on a little bit more acne scarring serum, boof, that's my skincare. So that is all I do, but my skin seems to love it and it helps me massively, doesn't break me out. So I just think that sometimes not putting as much on your skin is really beneficial, because if you think about it, your skin is so sensitive. It's one of the most sensitive parts of your body, and if you're doing acne stuff as well as changing up your cleanser and your toner and your moisturiser and your serums and your oil, your skin's just going to wonder what the hell's going on. So it's definitely been a good thing for me to do, and if nobody's done it and they're struggling with their skin still and they've got a super complicated regime, I would definitely consider just making it a little bit simple, taking bits out here and there. Acne facials was another one. I have personally never had an acne facial, and if I was to ever go to a spa or have a spa day or just sort of anywhere where you would have treatments, I was always too scared to have a facial, because not only because I was embarrassed, but because I was petrified of putting something on my skin and making it 10 times worse. I know that they say some acne facials can be beneficial again, and remove dirt and clogged up pores and blah blah blah, but again my skin is very very sensitive in that way, and it just needs a simple routine. So I think any sort of facials that I put on it are just gonna like different facial creams and bits and bobs, and the oils that they use I think is really gonna mess it up. I did have an acne facial once and I told her to not use oil on my skin, because I have an oily combination, which was another question. I have oily skin, and I told her not to put it on me, and she put it on me, and within the next day I broke out horrifically with really bad acne, cystic spots all up my cheeks and stuff, because just didn't need the oil in my face. So I just think we know our skin, guys, listen to it. If you know that it's going to affect you, do not put it on your skin. What ice cream do I eat when I'm craving ice cream? What an awesome question. Ben & Jerry's chocolate fudge brownie, dairy free, is insane. It tastes just like the normal chocolate fudge brownie. There's no difference. It's super super yummy. So that one, and also one that you can get from the co-op, for the guys in the UK. It's just called Glace ice cream, I think, just plain vanilla. Love it. Strawberry sauce, strawberries, boom. That is my go-to ice cream. They are expanding more and more and more with ice creams and dairy-free foods, and they're not only in the free-from section. They are, if you look and you have time to go around the shop and look at ingredients and stuff, you can really see that so much stuff It doesn't have dairy in like Oreos. So yeah, 100%. Just search, and you'll find some really, really yummy alternatives. This could end up being a super long video, so I'm going to stop it there. But thank you so much for your questions. I hope I answered some bits and bobs and just explained a bit more about my journey, and if anyone takes anything from it, then that's all that matters. But if you have any more questions, any issues, any advice that is wanted, please just message me on my Alice versus Acne page, and I will just give you any advice that I can and talk to you at any point about any problems. But yeah, I hope you all have a lovely rest of the week. I hope you have a lovely weekend and enjoy the rest of the weather, and I will speak to you all soon.